There are conversations that shape how we live. Conversations that help us navigate challenges of life. Conversations that bring out the best in us. This is where we gather to help each other find the way and unleash our potential. Welcome to the Benjamin Zulu Globe.
Psychologist, relationship coach, the one, the only
Benjamin Zulu.
Benjamin Zulu himself.
Lovers are friends with potential for soulmates. That's the difference. Potential for soulmates means you're on the same journey, you're prepared. So, brothers, I want to emphasize this. Ladies gave me a few notions, but brothers, I want you to be careful. Is there a brother? Where are the brother for Zoom? Do you have a brother on Zoom?
They're not on camera.
Okay. Brothers, why are you switching camera and we are here to be seen? What's wrong with you? Can you turn on your cameras? Brothers, I want you to note this because it applied to me. I like the way Lynn was giving some secrets from inside. For men, I got good clothes, I dressed up, for a long time I was dating without social media because I was very analog. I thought we must meet physically. Online is suspicious. How can I know who I'm talking to? Maybe it's a ghost. Some of these is scammers. I began there, very suspicious of online space. And many people are still there. It's very nebulous, this generation. When you come from Generation Y, the millennials, or X, the people who are not born into technology, you learned it. Many times it's not part of your day-to-day operation. You have to really be intentional. So one of the things I learned was I dressed up like a prince, gentleman. If you cannot be described like a prince or gentleman, you will not attract virtuous wife-like material. You just attract slay queens. Slay queens are materialistic, short-sighted, sensual women. And brothers, go watch that show. The difference between sensual woman and virtuous woman. Sensual is extremely sexually stimulating. They appear on TikTok to just parade their body. And they give, even when you are talking, they give very subtle but extremely sexual gestures. They can slightly lift their dress with their hand. They can hug you a longer hug than normal. Things that are just sexually suggestive, not connection. So, if a woman dresses decently, like the way she was showing us here, the way you can see my friend here, Fiona, the lady I told there to stand, they're dressed very attractively, but it's also very modest. True or false? So, sensual women are immodest. You have seen them in our barber shops when you go to shave. They try to pass a subliminal message by making you feel a certain way to melt and give them money or ask for more services. We have seen them when you go to a place where it's men. Hotels, these hotels that combine so that at night there's a sign of a club, they get sensual industry. We have gone to places where they serve you with another extra. And women, when you go to these places where they attend your hair, men are also many of them there. And many of them are too sensual. You have seen that, isn't it? Sometimes they even make you uncomfortable. That's not character. So brothers, when you dress like a prince, a gentleman, a woman who is self-respecting now can smile to you, can want conversation, can respond to your inbox. So if I want to make 5 friends, brothers, I want you to think of 5 ways, and ladies as well, so that one route can give you one friend, another route can give you one friend, one route can give you one friend, and you will get like 5 quality friends in 3 months. What would you do in a concentrated, intentional way to give you friends? And when I finish, I will check your list. I will pick 3 people to give me. These 2 ways, I know in 3 months, I can get 5 quality friends. You usually get a friend from a group. So just think of groups. People you connect around something. Common interests. One simple area. One of the best places, but many of you have already forgotten your interest. Your week is so busy, your job is so busy, you no longer show up where you used to like. Some of you used to like playing keyboard, piano, you forgot it. You used to like football, you no longer kick it. You don't even have tracksuit, although you liked jogging, you forgot it. You got too busy, you used to like kids, you teach Sunday school, you no longer teach Sunday school. You don't even know those songs anymore. How many of you used to teach Sunday school? A long time ago when you were serious with your life. How many of you used to like kids? Thank you. Are you still doing it? No, please go back. So there are friends there who also like kids. You connect around kids. Do you get it, my sister? Stop being too busy. You simply got busy. True or false? Life got too busy, guys. I'll come when I get time. You'll never get time. You'll just die. Create the time now, okay? Remember your interests and create time for them. Some of you are very good in funny things like just singing. I'm sure some of you here could have done a cappella and give us goose. But look at you here. You're just looking at us with an angle. That gift you're burying could be the connection that could have made. And some of you are so good in modeling. And you don't have to make it professional. You just like it. To dress up a certain theme. To bring up a certain feel. You used to shop, but you no longer shop. How many of you used to like pastry, baking, cooking? That's something you can do so well. You love it. It gives you energy. Thank you. She's here and she looks like it. Are you still doing it? Buy that cooker, go back to the oven, go do it, okay? Please, remove those rings if you're single. They will confuse us. So, we don't want them, please. They're too confusing. We cannot tell whether they are true or they are false. So go baking and bring us to taste. You cannot hook a guy. But just, how do you find it? It's a new thing I'm trying to study. Tell me. And then you give the 5 guys in the office. You have just silently. You give the women will roll eyes, no problem, let them continue rolling. But you know what you're hunting for, okay? David was never going to marry Abigail. He did not even know her. True or false? Abigail did what Lynn told you. When she heard that her foolish husband, why do Abigails marry fools? I don't know. That her foolish husband had provoked a king, and the king was coming to kill him, and always she took food and met him on the way, said, I know my husband has wronged you, I'm so sorry, but I want to tell you something. That guy is a fool. You are very clean. Even before God, everybody knows you deal well. Don't destroy your record by killing a fool. God will fight your battles. Do this. Take this food. I did not know it when he answered you badly. Your handmaid was not there. She said a statement there that I like. She said, the soul of my servant, of my king, will be bound in the bundle of the righteous by the Lord. But the souls of your enemies will be thrown like a stone from a sling. She used Proverbs to comfort him. Do you have language that can comfort angry kings? When she finished, she said, I have both granted your request and respected you personally. Thank you. That was his response. He went back. 10 days later, the fool died. And David did. And David did what Abigail had made. She had made him imagine, oh my God, such a wise lady. When he had the opportunity, he married her. There are men who want a wise counsel in their wife. Are you reading books? Are you reading about men? Read that book called Mastery if you're serious about understanding what makes you unique. Read that book called Millionaire Moves. Men like conversations about business and money. Every man, part of their job is to provide. All responsible men are concerned about where opportunities are coming up. True of us, my brother. Every man wants to provide better. What if he arrives and you throw him a few ideas you saw somewhere? He says, I like that. Let me look into that. He won't even tell anybody you're the one who came up with it. You let him carry credit. And he knows I have a wise advisor at home. Read money. I used to listen to materials, and I used to pray quietly. Will my wife love reading? The way I just like it to brainstorm. Then I married a girl who I could find her reading Robert Greene of all books. Robert Greene is the hardest book of women to read because she's not emotional. 48 Laws of Power, 33 Strategies of War, The Art of Seduction. Oh my God. There was no femininity. Anybody else read Robert Greene, young ladies? Yeah, guys, here we have marriageable women. Like it. Because you must love mental game to listen to Robert Greene, isn't it? He doesn't massage you. He puts it there for you to get angry. First time I read 48 Laws of Power, I hated it. I threw it away. I disappeared. Then I came 2 years later. After I met people who read it and they're using it against me. And I needed to know what they're using to get the antibodies, But the immunization is actually injecting you with the virus in a weakened form to teach your body how the virus looks like. This to tell you this. Become also mentor, a person who can converse. Men long. By the way, many of you know men who keep calling you to help them make decisions, and they are not anybody to you. It's just a former colleague. And they keep bringing their decisions to you. Have you wondered that? Yes. You even feel ashamed now. You're making me uncomfortable with your wife. Why do you keep calling me? Mind your life, my friend. They love how you think. Men are in a famine of thinking buddies. We don't have women who think. Women are just making their, oh my God, how do you find my eyebrows and which one you see? No problem making your faces, but can you also put something in your head? Can you also converse deeply? I am very audio learner. I play audiobooks a lot of times. I'm so extroverted. Do you know your personality anyway? Do 16personalitytest.com, 16personalitytest.com online. Know what percentage of introvert you are, what percentage of extrovert you are. I'm extremely extroverted. So my energy flows when I engage, when I talk, when I hear. I don't read static things, they're too boring. So the PDF and the physical books are very hard for me to follow because I'm high energy. But when it is being read, now we are there. So I could even soothe myself to sleep with an audiobook. I could soothe myself to sleep with something. I play them my still moment to do that. Have you learned your best learning strategy? Extroverts like an engaging months of learning. Introverts, calming months of engagement. Introverts, and that's how they come alive. And introverts are the powerful listeners who make people feel therapy by just listening to you so empathetically, understandingly. But my girl likes physical books, so she'll buy it. There are books there. The library at home is not mine. Just know where are we now in our readings. you know, me, I have the apps, I have subscribed, I have a lot of these Blinkies, these guys who summarize, give you audios. Go to your style that works for you. Why do you know yourself so little, but you know other things so much? Somebody said, human beings have studied mosquitoes, they have studied atoms, they have studied outer space, they are even projecting astrology, projecting 1,000 years to come, but they don't study. Who looks outside dreams, who looks inside awakens. Who looks outside? Dreams. Who looks inside? Awakens. Can you go and awaken? My sister in glasses, let me use you. What's your name? Yes, the pretty one. Ivy. Yes. All right. You appear to me like you can be a playful girl who just teases, who lifts a guy's mood. Now imagine when she's playful and she also has good ideas she's getting from books that are also cocky, and she puts her own personality there. And then you get a calm guy who was looking for somebody to awaken him. You've seen opposites attract, eh? Yes. When a guy is just naturally very reserved, he won't marry another social chameleon. You marry a social butterfly, at least so that somebody is visible. And when you go to the restaurant, she can place the order. He doesn't want to bother with these people explaining, repeating. So, I will take a book now and study your personality, understand it. I do people's personality, I do personal coaching. If you want personal coaching, come to me, go to people who can help you. But also, when you go online, they have a lot of free, when you get a name for your personality now, you can research it YouTube, research it here, they give you materials, then you know what romantically makes you most attractive. What the guy next there is looking very leader-like. My brother, wave at me. Personalities are God's gift to you. Learn them. Stop fighting with them. So the way he looks to me when he's seated, his energy is that of trust, leadership, presence, stability. Bro, play with that, okay? So read books about leaders and how they conquered. What makes women lead? You know, you have a good chest. They would like to lie there. Women fantasize.
Oh my God.
Women usually imagine how physically it will be being with you. So if you are tiny, smaller than her, can you lift me? You know, they just imagine. Oh, shall we fall? Then we have an accident. Doctor, there was an accident when my husband tried to be romantic. So if I were you, bro, I would design a dressing that makes me appear princely in a way that is conspicuous. If you have a brother who is like Napoleon Bonaparte, Napoleon was small, most short. Napoleon Bonaparte, the famous one. But what he learned was charisma, how to inspire people, how to motivate, perfect what you're naturally good at. For me, I learned language came easy to me. I say, the rest of you have this nice hair, we shall meet at the field. So I'll draw lines and make a lady feel, you win. Use what you have. Use what you have. The two questions Jennifer had asked was, she's a PhD engineer. Very high achievement, but also it makes you elite. People think you're a special club. They can't attain, or that you don't need them. This is a secret. Jennifer, let me analyze you. Right now, you look like an architect. Look like an engineer. You don't look like a lovely girl. You look too serious. So this is what I want you to do. Lipstick, tick. Smile, tick. Dressing, E, 0. So this is what I want you to do. You're dressed like a mother who has arrived. I know it's cold, but you're dressed like a mother. So this is what we say. I wouldn't differentiate you from a mother of 2 who has been married for 15 years. So I want you, I'm going to show you another girl. Focus this girl for me. Show her this girl for me. I'm going to focus a girl for you here. I show you the young energy I'm talking about. She's colorfully dressed and some skin is visible, and she has something in the ear, too small for my liking anyway, but the hair is nice. Your earrings should always dangle. That is the earring. The ones that dangle. The ones you can, when the dangle is, now you got it. These ones are for keeping the hole open. They don't have any presence. They're just for laziness, for sleeping. So, Jennifer, if I were you now, I would work on a word called femininity. Jennifer, that's your secret. Become feminine. I've shown you this girl because she has dressed simply. She even has a swag. She has a Google. She has hanged, if you have noticed. Just a swag. Playful. It's just play. But she's also drawing attention somewhere. You notice that? Yeah. When you hang some things somewhere. Or you have some necklace that also disappears somewhere. It invites them for more wonders to be discovered. Small insinuations, they work on men. Especially when they are not obvious. He wonders, I wonder. Robert Greene said, insinuation is a language of pleasure. Never be too direct. Cause curiosity. And I wonder. That's why those who show everything, they are put off. Those who hide everything, they are not visible. When you dress like you're a smaller version of your mother, you don't strike. So, Jennifer, you have a very strong advantage now. One, I want you to dress feminine, attractive. Your hair is good, although it looks a little bit serious. The earrings are very good. Very good. Now it's coming. That hair, the way you have done it, now it's relaxed. But I don't want you to compete with the younger generation. I just want you to show more skin, dress less seriously, and the next thing I want you to do is femininity looks like softness, empathetic listening, and what that girl was emphasizing, saying, when I'm around men, I'll just be more attentive and like happy. And like in the present, men lack deep conversations. I mean, they when they are together, they analyze even the history of Greece and Athens. Men can get serious and sick. So Jennifer, because you're also intellectual, avoid taking them where they are already tired of living. Bring men to the present. You can have deep conversations, but only when he goes there, then you bring them to relaxation. My conversations, my talks tend to be intense and deep. But you as a lady, yes, you may be a teacher, but let me tell you, when you can bring people to the small things that are so atomic habits, you can read that book. Small things, but have a lot of power. For example, when you tweak a small thing, how you do it. So Jennifer, I'll become aesthetic and detailed. advise men on how to dress or help them tweak a small thing here, start designing my color thing. You come from South Africa and it's the most cultured country in Africa next to Nigeria. People respect South Africa because of their love for music, just the way they speak our language, they stand for us, one of the most developed countries. So if I were you, I would utilize that advantage to get my own attire twist, you know, that gives me a look. People, I like this. Yeah, this is all cultural thing. I love it. So if I were you, I would neutralize that thing of being eccentric. Eccentric are those people are off. They're just too unique, too odd, hard to understand, and it is for A-grade careers. All A-grade careers have that problem. Medicine, architect, engineering, law. Society thinks you are the A students. Are you getting the problem? So no more people think they feel slightly inferior and insecure around you. They find you intellectually intimidating. And they generally, they know you will judge them. So they avoid going there and they just leave you alone quietly. You don't want to be left alone. You want connection. So because I had that problem myself, I'm extremely intellectual. In fact, that's also my weakness. I hope men, you know, your strength also carries your. Samson was so strong, he never knew how to ask for help. That's how he was finished. He never knew how to heal. He lost the first woman. He went to compensate the second woman. All of them were toxic. He was lost. His strength also carried his weakness. Because I'm so mentally stimulated, I become emotionally very weak. I may lack empathy, I may lack presence, I may lack sensitivity to small details. I may not stay where there's no stimulation. Sometimes I'll find myself, I'm babysitting, but I'm still playing my audiobooks. I'm wondering, this is my problem of mine. It's really getting serious. You're supposed to be playing your child, but you still want something to engage you. You know? When I have to do some things, even when I was a bachelor, I needed something to keep me company, engaging me. I learned it is a good thing that I'm exercising, but also it can be my worst undoing. I went for a date that time with a lady, and when we finished, she asked whether it was an exam because her head was aching. Do you think I passed the exam? That was a terrible review. I was not making art. I didn't know small talk. If I were you, Jennifer, I would practice. For me, after I was given a terrible review that she felt like it was an exam, it was too interrogative, it was too deep, it was too intense, it was too serious, I would practice conversation. After that, Jennifer, I did what I'm asking you to do. Men are supposed to make ladies at ease by just noticing the real things and asking the story of their life, being conversational rather than interrogative. Jennifer, today you have done the last thing I want you to do. You have taken initiative to initiate conversations. One of these days, I want you to challenge men by just asking for their expert advice. Men are so charmed when you ask for expert advice. Even if you will not apply it, he feels like, no, you're giving him the position of being the man. So Jennifer, surprise one guy one of these days and ask some advice over a computer that is not starting. Even if it is actually starting, you can just remove the battery and say, listen. When you want connection with men, tap into their masculine superpowers. Every man is a king in his own small domain, in his head. So please give him that fulfillment. Particularly the men you would like to talk to. And then go online, Jennifer, because you're very analytical. You can analyze things 10 times faster than the average woman. Your job is very hard. This lady is very intellectual. Use that. Where are my doctors and lawyers? Listen. Because you're always, Maria, look up. Your mind runs at 200 kilometers per hour. True or false? Because you must notice details or you lose life. You must notice details, Jennifer, or you destroy the whole project. Architecture is so sensitive. 1 centimeter off, 1 degree off, and the whole thing, millions of money wasted. How can you use your intellectual capacity? This is how I used it, and you win. Even if you don't have all these other romantic, natural, charming, affectionate. That was foreign to me. My personality is not even affectionate. That's not our description. It was a terrible weakness. Small talk was boring. So what are you guys up to, and how's your country? I'm wondering, do you have better topics? But romance is not intense. You must never discuss politics, never discuss religion, never discuss intense things you are passionate about. You know, we are campaigning about the red mice. The red mice has been in extinction since 1902. When Vasco da Gama came, and that time, South Africa were actually, do you know the European... No, shh. My mentor challenged me because he suspected I was too religious to go on a date with a Muslim girl, and I thought it was an abomination. We can never marry. It can never happen. He told me, you may not go on a date then, converse. I had them as classmates, and they really liked my ideas, but I always kept off. He told me, no, talk. He taught me something I want Jennifer to catch. Intellectuals have a mentor club they belong to, and they catch each other by the jokes they crack, the language they use, how they dress. Have you seen how professors drive weird vehicles? They dress funny, they have long beards, they have just awkward. A sign of the membership of their club. You understand? So, Jennifer, don't join that club. It's very queer, it's a put-off. Don't dress weird, don't neglect your look. Engineers who are ladies, they look masculine too much. That's how they just want to hang, too easy. So what I did was that he was trying to show me, can you learn to talk the language called woman? So Jennifer practiced the language called man. The language called man is that of affirmation, compassion, patience. When you put men at ease, they say, I don't know what it's about that girl, but she gets me. He won't know the word for it, but he will know that's what he wants. So Jennifer practiced cooking a good meal. Practice a good meal. And make sure the man you're interested in, he gets to taste your cooking. Don't employ everybody everywhere just because you can afford it. Some things do with your hand. Then look for a dressing that makes you very attractive and sexy, and always hang around it during this season of your life. You have a car, so you don't have to overdress. Heat the AC in the car. When you step out, interact with the world. Are we together? I'm saying she has a car because she must have one. If you don't have one, please, what are you doing? Go buy one. I'm not even asking. Jennifer, granted. We say, if you don't have a man, have the money, isn't it? Don't lack both. Please. While waiting for the marriage, get there. You cannot have none usually. So, Jennifer will not go ahead of that. You will book personal, but the other thing I was going to tell you is to go to Dubai and get exotic good outfits, because you can go there. Every woman dating midlife, get on an airplane or just order online, get things that the local girls can't beat you at. Where are you buying the trending thing in your country and you already have a cut above these people? You work for yourself. You don't have all these burdens. You can spare $100 for a shoe. Get a perfume called Good Girl or whatever, or Coco Chanel. Get something, and when you come close to the guy, he gets a feeling he never gets with any other woman. It's just calming. Do you know some perfumes are just calming? Psychologically, proven. But they are not the ones Warrior is selling for 150 shillings. Those ones are sold. Original supplier from Italy. And a small bottle is $150. Not 150 shillings. $150 and shipping is another $200. You get it? And did you know Dubai has everything the world has? Dubai brought headquarters shot here. Let me move on. I'm checking how much time I have. All right, correct. The second question, Jennifer, what was it?
The second question was about how do you draw the line, because when we started this morning, you gave us the advice that.
Perfect.
So how do we move from joking to boardroom? Perfect.
So Jennifer, many of your colleagues, you can't go deep. Yes?
I have a question
related to that. Is the microphone ready? She wants to add. Remind us your name and then add your question. Will the Zoom catch? Will the microphone for Zoom? You left it. Please hold the two so that the Zoom people can hear what you're saying.
Teresa.
Yes, Teresa.
Data analyst.
Yes.
So,
You have done a good job for data analyst. You don't look like it. Keep it up, okay? You don't look that serious. You're not trying to analyze us. Okay.
so my question goes to like now that you are single ladies, the way you're saying. So my question is sort of opposite of what she's asking, because like let's say me and I'm trying to be all you're saying. I'm trying to be attractive. I'm trying to dress nicely at work and all that. Probably you're surrounded by men, and I think when you're single, you're sort of naive, and you always feel like you need some masculine energy around you, and you tend to make friends with colleagues. So how do you make friendship in a way that it doesn't cross the boundaries? Because some of these colleagues are people you don't want to you don't look at like people you want to marry or something. Some are even married. So how do you make sure that when you're interacting with them, you are keeping this boundary that we are friends, yeah, but you don't want to get attached? Because when you're single, you tend to be, sorry to say, but sort of desperate.
Yeah.
You're a lady, you need like masculine energy.
Your question, I will answer it very differently from Jennifer, because Jennifer is more than 10 years ahead of you, I'm assuming that. She's somewhere where we wanted to teach people to come for a second time. By the time she's getting PhD, she's not 25. So two answers. You married men will flock to you because they think you're naive. They can play your mind and get your body. That's the big I need to mentor you, I can help you. They know you're not quite there in life, so they can dish out a few things to access your life. They can't use that line of Jennifer. So Jennifer, what I want you to do with the colleagues, I said you should practice with male colleagues just to learn how to talk to men. You don't have to invite them too personally. You can keep it controlled. For example, Jennifer, if I were you, I would start cooking or baking what I like and bringing to work occasionally. And just pass it around, guide that a piece. Or sometimes I buy lunch. Or sometimes, just some kind of generosity is extremely feminine. That's what Abigail used. Generosity is very feminine. A lady called Jael there's a general, a military man who came running from the armies of Israel. She gave him milk. He asked for water, but she gave him milk. He trusted and slept. She was part of the enemies he was running from. When he slept, she killed him when he was asleep. She trapped him with milk. Generosity is very attractive. Jennifer, I would start just being a general giver at work. And one thing Lynn said is that you become generous with happiness, which is it's a domain of women. When you can just dress nice, when you're dressed nice, and you hang about a guy, you greet him, you check how his day was, he feels elevated. That's very caring. You did not even use a lot of things, just to notice him. Say, Nico, how are you? Last time I saw you was Friday. Have you been okay? You have said without saying it, I've missed you. But you're not direct. He felt noticed. So that's what I would do if I were Jennifer, just around colleagues. What I'm practicing at work is I'm practicing my femininity around men in general. And then we said we are looking for 5 friends. And we said at work you can find somebody who share values, but you still keep boundaries. If you lack, because sometimes the workspace is small, if it is too small, just maintain it camaraderie. You can be generous, but you maintain your boundaries. You don't allow too much familiarity. You still keep your personal space. Don't keep them on social media. Don't put them on your status. Don't let them see your personal space. But every now and then you surprise them. And people like free things. They enjoy it. They're surprised. Oh, thank you. Today there's a treat and all that. So that's how I would use the workplace. But when I look for the other 5 places, Jennifer, we have a homework. Get me the 5 places you'll get a friend, each of the places of the opposite sex in the next 3 months. Let me give you in a running. Teresa, for you right now, I would ask you, you've come at the right time. I wish women started being serious at your age. Keep this up. Never slow down. Some of the people will tell you, come slowly, you're too young. Do like Timothy. Don't let anybody despise your youth. Rather set them an example in prudence. Be prudent in matters. So if I were you, right now I would set a criteria for who I'm looking for. Have you read the 2 books about dating, right? Start with them. The 2 books about dating, right? And then start with those ones. Start there. Then come to the one called toxic relationship. Many of those men are trying to trap you for your use. Many toxic relationships just one-sided, selfish. They're secretive. He positions himself as a mentor. He gives you favors. He promotes you. He gives you. He prefers you. You think he's just genuine, but he just wants to get closer. And they can go out of their way. They can even give you trips around the world just trying to sleep with you. Have you noticed men are obsessed with sex? They can. Oh my God! Especially when you're not easy to get. My sister, what's your name? Lynn. Have you had men go out of their way just to get you? And they're doing things, wondering, all this. When you're not easy to get, you have a flavor for men of exoticism. You have a hard target. Men have a testosterone thing that loves chasing what is running. You know? That's why they get earth movers to contend with the earth. And when you are hard to get, there are men who their testosterone makes them want to conquer you. So it's not love when a man is so obsessed that he's doing so much to get you. After he sleeps with you, Amnon was so obsessed with Tamar because she was taboo, she was unreachable, that he physically became sick. Do you remember that? Yeah. So, the Bible there uses the term love, but you know the context there is lust. So infatuated that he was sick. My advice for you is get a constitution, read those 2 books, and then read The Lasting Love. Lasting Love is for warning for you. It's a lot for what can go wrong. But start with those 2. And then develop a constitution for what you want. And then have a timeline. If I were you, I would work with 1, 2, 3 years at most. Yeah, and make sure you book a coaching for it. It will help you for your personal preferences. Let me run you quickly through where we left. Gather a team around the dream. And I will move quickly.
Thank you, Benjamin. Thank you so much.
Most welcome. Most welcome. And the men who are on Zoom and you're off, please, how do you move on 13 years, 3 children, later 40 years and a lot of investment on his name and nothing on your name? Is it okay to just forget everything and start afresh? My mouthpiece not working, unfortunately. Okay, all right. Sorry about that. Don't invest blindly when you don't have a share in it. You will at least have a marriage certificate that you can save you. But in case that has happened and you're looking for a way, you can start afresh. Don't worry. You can start afresh by calculating what you can take, what you can't take without losing your time. Get the book Lasting Love and also get the book Toxic Relationships to know what is toxic, what is manageable. How do you gather a team around the dream? Number 1, to gather a team around the dream. Your dream is starting your own family now. It's finding your soulmate. So I want you to get a team. The first team I want you to get is trusting friends. They can be prayer partners. They can be people you journey with who believe in you. And you can tell them now, you have changed gears. Now you have changed what? Yes. Some of you, you know your mother is not for you, but you can't say no to her. You will die her death. Your father is not good for you, but you can't say no to him. You will die his death. You suffer his suffering. If you can't make, after God showed Jonathan, this is your destiny, stick with David, you will have the joy of being closest to the king without having to deal with the politics of being a king. Jonathan was the right, in my opinion, the right general for the armies of David. David never got a faithful general. He depended on Joab. Joab was very unfaithful. He killed Amasa, another cousin of his, good guy. He killed Abner. He killed innocent. He was such a disloyal guy, but he was the only dependable one. Listen, some of you, you know you're supposed to switch now to make new friends. Stop going back to your skin, to your kindred, because you know they're not good for you. When I do personal work with people, we do explore them. We explore them, we check who is in that site, who is in that place. I've worked with Muslim girls and they have a group of Muslim people who are searching. I've worked with people who come from the warrior community. They have warrior community apps that are just for that zone. I've worked with people who come from, and they meet people there. Sometimes it's not the person you meet there, it's the things you learn there that help you to know when you found the one. So we cast our net wide. Check what you're lacking. If your job is too confining, use the money you make from the job to compensate for the time the job takes. It's weird that your job takes all your time and doesn't give you the money. What are you doing? Get one or the other, isn't it? There's another thing I want you to do, another person I want you to bring to the team is coach. What you came today is coaching on a group level. What if this was personal? Invest at least once in an expert who can help you structure your life. So if you play with the shades of blue, you really hypnotize men. Now they don't know what is it about you that they like, but that guy. So we are talking about the people to enroll. When you get a coach, they help you to shape. I also noticed Maria has done a maroon. Today I don't want to talk about color theory, but go online and search color theory. The feelings with each color. Each color has a feeling and an energy. Remember I warned you about green and gray? They are very silent. But there's a turquoise green. Get that person to fill the gap of what you're not naturally good at. In my time, I did not know how to read women. I was completely illiterate about women. So I read a book called Men Are From Mars, Women Are From Venus. I read a book called The Power and Purpose of Woman. I read a book called Emotional Intelligence. I began to understand that affection for women is the thing they lead with. Rationality for men is what they lead with. So men also have feelings, but they lead with reason. Women also have reason, but they lead with feeling, affection. So now I understand the dynamics. I can reason in my wife, that time she's engaging like a man. I can be soft in my wife, that time I'm engaging the female, the yin and the yang, that side of me. So I learned how to switch the energies. When you're always male, dry, point to point, you're cutting, you are a knife and somebody is holding you by the blade, they are bleeding. You should have a safe place, even with your sharpness, for people to hold you. Gather a team around the dream.
There are conversations that shape how we live. Conversations that help us navigate challenges of life. Conversations that bring out the best in us. This is where we gather to help each other find the way and unleash our potential. Welcome.